Hi, this is Roger Unger, CEO of Dylos Corporation, and I'm here today to demonstrate our new Respirator Fit Trainer, which is a device that allows you to test the efficiency of respirator mask. There's been a lot of talk in the media recently about whether these masks really work. Do they work for average people? There's been talk about fit testing for these masks. There's been actually a lot of misinformation, and as a general public, we've been told to not even buy these masks, that they're not even going to help us at all. Well, I think most of us realize that these masks will help us. It's just a question of how much protection do they actually provide. And with our device, the RFT, the Respirator Fit Trainer, we're able to actually measure the efficiency of these masks in protecting you from various pathogens, including the coronavirus. So what I'd like to do first is to try on these masks without any training. Just put the mask on like anyone would do and see what the efficiency is. And then, in contrast to that, use the Respirator Fit Trainer to train myself to wear the mask properly and then see what kind of protection I can get out of the mask. So I have a number of masks here. Most of these are by 3M. This is a very common Moldex N95 mask. This I think was maybe at Home Depot. Here is that, what looks like that same version, except it's in a flat fold and it doesn't have this breathing valve. And this one is designated for healthcare workers. This is another 3M mask in 1860, which is designated, says right on here, healthcare particulate respirator and surgical mask. This is a 3M 1870, and although it doesn't say it on there, I believe this is also a surgical mask, approved as a surgical mask. But this will start off with just 3M's general purpose 8210 general purpose N95 respirator mask. So I'll start up the RFT. So I start up the RFT, and the first thing the RFT is going to do is sample ambient air. And then it's going to go into a mode where it will, through this sample hose here, through this sample port, it will test the air inside the mask to see how well the mask has filtered out, the air from the outside. So first I'm just going to don this as if I really didn't know what I was doing and see what we get here. So let's start. Okay, let's put this mask on. And press start. Actually, that's not too bad for just throwing the mask on. I'm getting a leakage around 5%, 8%. But these masks can actually do much better than this. So let's see if I can play with it a little bit. Let's see if I can move this, adjust this this metal piece here. Try to fit it onto my face better. Okay, so I started out with this mask. I had about 12% leakage. So let me write that down here. Okay, so this mask, we started out, I said about 12% leakage, so its efficiency was 88%. But after we got down to 1 or 2%, I wrote that in the wrong line. So this is 88%, and afterwards 98%. Okay, so let's disconnect the 8210 mask and let's go to the Moldex mask. So I pull the tubing off the sample port. Now go to the Moldex mask and there is no sample port on here. So that's okay. We have sample ports. So we provide this simple little tool to install the sample ports. So you just need one of these. So it's just a port with a locking ring, and we just poke through the mask. So let's see, go like this. Let's see, put it on there. Okay, lost it. Okay, so I've poked through the mask, so the port is through the mask. Now I put the locking ring on there, and I just push down. Okay, and now I have a sample port. So again, this is a brand new Moldex mask. Let's just put it on and see what it comes out to. Actually, it's not that bad. We're only getting 4%, 8% leakage. So that's just throwing this mask on. Okay, so let's say it was about 8%. So I'm going to say before here was 92% efficiency. Okay, after. So let's play with it and see how we can improve this here. Okay, it's bouncing around, but it's doing pretty good. It's in like again, I'd say it's about 98%. So here, the number of particles, you'll be breathing 4 times as many particles in if you just put the mask on than if you had been trained with it. That's with the Moldex. With the 3M, I got a 12% leakage, so really that's about 6 times as many particles if you're not trained on it. So just for fun, let's go try these other masks here and see how they do. Let's try the 3M surgical mask. Now, since this is a medically approved healthcare mask approved for surgery, I'm assuming it's probably more expensive. And I'm assuming it might work better too. We'll see. Okay, and I gotta get the tube here. Okay, here with no training, it's really not that bad. With no training, it's still about 5% there. So let's give this a 96%. Just throwing it on. Okay, let's see if I can improve it here. Not sure I can, that's pretty good. Let's see, move it up a little. Let's see here. Well, that's a little bit of improvement. That's not that... you know, it's bouncing around there. But I'm going to say... I'm going to say 99%. I might be a little too generous on that with a 99%, but let's go. Now here's one. Now one thing I should point out. Some of these masks, like the Moldex, there is no means to adjust the nose fit, and the nose fit is critical. So the Moldex mask is made apparently for someone who has a standard nose. So if you don't have a standard nose, then you might be in a little trouble with this. But all these other masks here, they all have inside the inside or on the outside, they have a metal piece here that you can bend to adjust to your nose, and that is a critical thing. Like all of these have that. So even this one in here, it's got a little metal piece in there. But let's see, let's just throw this thing on and see what it does. You can see now the leakage is at 100%, obviously. It's 100%. So let's try. Again, this is a mask that is said to be surgical rated. But let's say I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just throw it on, see what happens. Okay. Well, we're not getting good results here. We're getting leakage like 30%, 37%, 25%. So I'm gonna say leakage is the efficiency here is really bad. So we'll say it's about 70% efficient. And it's not surprising because this is the funkiest looking of all the masks. Now let's see if we can make it better here. Let's see, fit this to my nose. Let's see about this here. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I can get it into the 90s, but let's see, maybe this goes down here more. Let's try this. Let's try making the nose a little tighter there. Okay, that seemed to do the trick. Okay, now, there we go. Well, this is pretty good. I would give this, once you kind of play with it, this gives a pretty good fit. 99%. Okay, so there you have it. This is what performance you can actually expect from these masks. Now, this is why they're so important for healthcare workers, because, you know, if you're eliminating 99 or 98% of the particles that are coming in that could have virus, you know, you're going to, clearly you're going to be greatly reducing the chance of infection. Now, if I were to go to a place, a crowded concert or something like that, where, you know, I would expect infected people to be, and for people to maybe be coughing and so forth, I might consider wearing one of these masks. Now, obviously, you know, even if you just throw the mask on without any training, you know, you're getting somewhere between 70 and, in this case, you know, 96% protection. At least I did. Now, if you are trained, you're going to be up 98 or 99%. So anyway, so it's your decision, and thank you for watching this video.